Welcome. In today's video, we're going to build the minigame that I featured in my randomizers video, where you have to press a button when a redstone lamp is lit. And if you do, you get a point. This can be built in a 15 by 22 area that goes down 3 blocks. And you will need the following items. The red stained glass does need to be glass. Found out if it's a solid block, the shulker boxes will not go into the hopper. Now each of these shulker boxes are filled with a different amount. These other items are for our pulse extender and hopper clock, sending one pulse to light up the lights. To begin, let's head to the opposite corner and place down a redstone dust. Then put a block right next to it, and an observer observing the redstone, followed by a block. Place a comparator next to the observer, and then a dropper pointing up. Skip a block and place down another block with a comparator on top of it. Place a block in front of the comparator and a dispenser on that block. Now place some glass under the dispenser and a block in front of it. Followed by another block and one above it, and two to the side. Place a piece of glass next to it and above it. Place a hopper going into the dropper, and then into the dispenser. Place a block next to the hopper on both sides, with glass on top of both blocks. And put one over the comparator. And place two across the top. Place a sticky piston here. Go ahead and bring out this block by 8. Place a comparator on top of it, followed by redstone dust. Let's go ahead and load our shulker boxes. Again, each one has a different amount to send out a different redstone signal. Go ahead and place 4 blocks here. And then an observer observing the comparator, followed by some redstone dust and a repeater. This circuit should be complete. Let's go ahead and place a temporary button here and see if it works. It looks to be working. Go ahead and place a repeater here and then skip a block followed by another repeater. Do this 2 more times. In front of these repeaters, go ahead and place down a block. From the observer, go ahead and place a row of blocks. Then you can come back and delete every other block because they are not needed. Place redstone dust on top of the blocks. And then repeaters on 2 ticks in front of the blocks. Place torches in front of the block with a block on top of them. Followed by a redstone torch on top of them. And they all should be turned off. So now if we press our button, one of the torches should turn on. It looks to be working. Let's go ahead and connect this to the redstone lamps. Bring each one out by 2 blocks. Place redstone dust in front of each torch, followed by a repeater on 4 ticks. Place a block in front and on top of that block, and then one underneath each of them. Delete the center block and place redstone dust on each block. Place a sticky piston pointing up on each block, followed by a redstone lamp. Place a block in between each redstone lamp. And in front of them. Place a temporary block here, and then bring a row all the way across. Place a lever and turn it on for every other block. This will turn on the lamp when they're raised. Let's give it another test. It still looks to be working. From these redstone blocks, place one in front and below it by 1. Bring it out 2 more, 1 more level below. Place 2 pieces of redstone dust on each one. Followed by a repeater on 3 ticks. Skip a block and then place a block in front of them. And then place a block here and bring it up 1 and delete the bottom block. Never mind, we'll come back to those. Delete these. Place a block here in the middle of these 2. Bring it back 1 and up 1. Bring this back by 1 and to the side. Repeat on the other side. Place a temporary block in the middle and bring it up by 1. Delete the temporary block. Place a repeater on both sides of the block, followed by redstone dust on the lower level and up to the repeater. Do this on both sides. Place your emerald block in the corner with a note block on top of it. Set the note block to your desired tone. Repeat for the other side. Place a dropper on the top block pointing up, followed by a barrel on top of the dropper. Place a hopper going into the barrel. From the barrel, go out 3 blocks. And do this on the front as well. Come out 3 blocks. And finally, on the other side, again, 3 blocks. From the side, come in 2 blocks. And work this all the way across. Place your yellow block on the end. Skip a block and place your yellow block. And repeat. Place a button on the yellow blocks. Go ahead and fill in the opening with your normal color block. And place a row in front of it. And now we can place a sticky piston on each yellow block pointing down. Followed by your block. Let's go ahead and put in our points. Now let's wire our buttons to start and reset the game. Go ahead and add another row behind the barrel. And bring it back and up 1. Delete your temporary block and bring it all the way across. Place 1 block, then your green colored block, then a block, your redstone lamp, a block, and then your yellow block, and your final block to finish the row. Place a button on the green and yellow blocks. Place 2 blocks under the yellow block, delete the middle block. Place a block next to it, bring it down and over 1, and delete the top block. Place a piston here next to the hopper, followed by a repeater going to the piston, and redstone dust on the 2 blocks. If we press the button, it should move the hopper under the barrel. Place a temporary block here, 1 under it. Delete the temporary block. Bring this block out by 1 and up, then delete the lower block. Place a comparator going to that block, and now the light is connected. Let's go ahead and connect up the Start Game button. Go ahead and bring down green block by 2. Delete the top block. Bring this row back 6 blocks and 5 blocks this direction. Put redstone dust all the way across and back to the button. Let's go ahead and hook the start game button up. So come back 3 blocks and bring it out by 3 blocks. Place your normal piston next to the dispenser. Place a temporary block here, bring it down by 1 and over by 1. Delete your temporary block. Bring redstone dust down and put a repeater next to the piston. Press the button and it moves the dropper back under the barrel. Now let's add our pulse extender. Put a redstone dust here, followed by a piston. Delete the block under the piston and the next 2. Put a piston on top of this block and then delete it. Place down a hopper. Place a hopper going into that hopper, delete the first hopper, and send it back to the other hopper. Place down a comparator on both sides. Delete this block and put a redstone torch here with a block on top of it and redstone dust. Put a redstone torch up here and a redstone block in here. And now we're going to put in a stack of items. And our pulse extender should be working. Let's go ahead and add in our hopper clock. Block here. Bring it over 1 and up 1. Delete the temporary block. And put redstone dust up to the top of it. Place a hopper going into that block and bring it back 4 total. Bring it around and back again. Delete the first hopper and send it into the other hopper. Place 1 item in it. You should have a total of 8 hoppers here for your circle. And with that, everything should be complete and the game should work. Let's go ahead and press the start button. We might get one of these. It looks like we got none. Now if you notice, these buttons still do something. So we're going to add in a circuit to disable those pistons until the game is running. From this block here, place down a block, bring it back one and up one, delete the lower block. Place a temporary block, bring it up one, delete the temporary block, and run a row of blocks all the way across to the last piston, and redstone dust all the way back. At the last block, place a torch, and then a repeater on 4 ticks going into that block. And now the buttons are disabled. You press the Start Game button, and the buttons work again. Okay, while it's still running, let's go ahead and finish closing this up a little bit more. You can place a row here under this. Bring it out one and all the way across. And then you can bring it around to the back of it, and then finish off on the side. So now your game area is completely enclosed. You could also choose to build the top part of it as well, but that is totally up to you. Hopefully you found this tutorial useful. Please leave any comments and suggestions below. Thanks for watching.